Hello, fellow warriors against consensus reality. I thought it was time for a video. It's been a while, and in case you some of you are unaware, this is my main channel was Riff Magos. For whatever reasons, YouTube decided to fixate their censorship shadow banning bullshit on my little 419 sub channel. Truth hurts, doesn't it? But yeah, so for a while now I've been working on my pagan monk channel. For the new subscribers, I thank one man who is responsible for bringing you lovely guys over here. Hammerhand, you're a fucking legend. Thanks for plugging my channel on one of your live streams a few weeks back. That really helped, and I'm pleased to have the I think it's 70 odd subscribers. So you're fucking legends. Thanks for following me over here. A few things on my mind. Do excuse me if I continue sipping on my homemade coffee over here. But yeah, I've been enjoying hanging around with you guys on some of the live streams on the odd occasion that I tune in when I'm on the bus on my way into town to one of my cafes. Yeah, it's been a rather hellish few weeks. I mean, okay, not only the loss of a beloved parent, but dealing with one's own existing issues, health issues and so on, during this increasingly darkening clown world we all live in. But that is what it is, and you adapt and use it as fuel to further transform yourself into the gold and remove all traces of the lead. Wherein lies the real alchemy. And you had some of these literalist gobshites trying to figure out ways to really turn physical lead into physical gold. For fuck's sake. Jeez. But yeah, it's been quite challenging dealing with humanity lately, especially in this country, where so many people are clueless, asleep, obedient, little gobshites who still use the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, lest we forget, blah, 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 blah. You're being obedient little gobshites. So those of you who are double jabbed need to shut the fuck up about those who died for our freedom. That's one thing. Yeah, I suppose this is going to be more of a what cheeses me off video. But yeah, I suppose whenever any kind of trauma or horrible experience does happen to you, you could be feeling like crap or depression or whatever it is. That's a part of you trying to, your higher self, your whatever you like to call it, trying to tell you that you've got stuff to do that you're not quite doing. And go with the flow. Always follow your guidance within, because you've got all the information and the knowledge at your fingertips already. Most of us have forgotten, almost all of us, have forgotten that we actually do have that kind of power. In this era of treating us like resource-consuming, mindless numbers, human resources. They even use that as a department in most companies. Human resources. Fuck's sake, it used to be called personnel department. Human resources. So you see how little they think of us? But yeah, it's in this world of, well, this global madness going on, it's increasingly difficult to not only retain any kind of sense of joy from day to day during your everyday life, but any kind of hope or sanity. Hope for humanity, hope for the world, hope for society, whatever. So I've been more heading towards not only monk, but hermit. And you know what? I like it. Especially now that I live totally alone, I cannot tell you how wonderful it is. For now, for the time being, it's absolutely fucking wonderful. And at some point that probably will change. But for now, it's wonderful. And another thing recently which kind of continues to amuse me as a long-time monk. It'll be 14 years next year, actually. Some of these guys who release videos under the MGTOW banner, who still want to be what I call PUA cherry pickers, which in my in my not so humble opinion about such things, it's as bad as feminists who want to cherry pick chivalry. Yeah, just as bad. I'm sorry, you can't sort of be a man going his own way and still want to occasionally fuck and engage in mindless rutting because you still can't control your dick, right? That means you're a fucking coward to do what you know that you need to do. It makes you a hypocrite, most of all. And yes, I lost an online friend over that because he wanted to be Mr. Cherry-Picking PUA and still label himself MGTOW. No, you're not MGTOW. Unless you're full monk, you're not MGTOW. That's just a simple fact. Oh, but they try to get away with it by saying, getting away from romantic connections. No. It means not being a slave to your dick. It means no longer being worshipping at the altar of the great golden vagina, which many of you guys are still fucking terrified of no longer doing. Because, you're so afraid of being called gay and incel. I can't tell you how many times during my last 13 years I've been called gay. And during the last 4 or 5 years since the term was invented, incel. Thinking, okay, well, if that makes you sleep well better at night, great. Well, that's all right. You can call me an incel, but I call you acting like a Turk. Give me a bigger insult and I'll use it. Okay. And I don't really care how it sounds. I really don't care. In the words of Ricky Gervais, I don't care. So yeah, don't be a hypocrite. If you're going to be MGTOW, be a MGTOW. Don't sort of let your dick continue to rule your other main head. All right? Because by doing so, you're still a slave to your sexual urges, which is really sad and pathetic in a human being in this day and age. I mean, yes, on the very, 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 very rare occasion that you might find a woman who is wonderful and old-fashioned and really loves her man for who he is and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they do exist. They're very, very rare, but they do occasionally exist. Of course, 99.999% of them have been happily married for many, many years, but they do still exist. But, that's a different thing. If you happen to when all the planets align and find one of those, okay, great. I'll be the first one to congratulate you. But don't call yourself what you're not. All right? And yes, I suppose that my pagan monk sign-off is very appropriate for this. To speak the truth is a lonely path, and a very unpopular one. Oh, the sarcastic lone wolf and hermit on guitar. Out.